So even 20, 30 years ago, it wasn't uncommon that education consisted largely of maybe two of the multiple intelligences. It included a cognitive component and a linguistic component. And so if you took tests, they tended to be divided into mathematics and language. And that was pretty much it. That was thought to cover everything. And of course, it covers almost nothing compared to what's actually there.
Out there.
What can be covered. There are several dozen models of human development. And each of them tends to focus on just one or two of the multiple intelligences. So Piaget's model focuses just on cognitive intelligence. Kohlberg's model focuses just on moral intelligence. Jane Lovinger focuses on ego intelligence, and so on. So what integral theory does is says, okay, all of those are looking at different multiple intelligences. All of them exist. They're all real. So what you can do is take all of those multiple intelligences and put them on what we call a psychograph. So you can graph out a person's cognitive development, a person's emotional intelligence development, a person's interpersonal development, a person's moral development, aesthetic development, spiritual development, kinesthetic development, mathematical development, musical development, linguistic
24, right? 24 of them.
Those are all there. And the thing is, those are all important components of a life well lived. And yet again, usually only 2 or 3 at most are officially educated in an educational system. All the others are just sort of left out, kind of ignored, forgotten. And in many cases, there's not even an understanding that they actually exist. So it's only recently that, in part, Howard Gardner's work with increasing an understanding that human beings do have these multiple intelligences. And so, and there are upwards of at least a dozen of them, and depending on how you define it, some people up to 2 dozen. But there's certainly somewhere between 8 and 12 or so. And with that understanding, where it was common previously, if somebody wasn't cognitively very intelligent, then they were simply thought to be not very intelligent. Whereas they could be slow cognitively, but they could be aesthetic geniuses. They could be musical geniuses. They could be kinesthetic geniuses. All of that would be ignored. None of that would be acknowledged. None of that would be seen in a student. And none of that would be brought forth in that student and help them develop that. So, at the very least, that's one of 5 major elements: quadrants, levels, lines, states, and types. Those are lines, multiple intelligences. That's one of these 5 different areas that largely have not been recognized until just recently.